Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the AA. Great day to be here for the graduate ceremony. Just a brief reminder about turning off your cell phones and other electronic devices to silent. Family members, friends, and guests, welcome to the 2022 University of Wyoming Spring Commencement. Founded in 1886 as a Moral Act land-grant institution, while Wyoming was still a territory, the University of Wyoming serves as a statewide resource for higher education of the highest quality, rigorous scholarship, technology transfer, economic and community development, responsible stewardship of our cultural, historical, and natural resources. Today's graduates represent a broad range of academic disciplines born from those traditions and ideals. Ladies and gentlemen, under the leadership of Dean Barbara Rasco, please welcome candidates for graduation from the College of Agriculture and Natural Resources. Under the leadership of Dean Camila Opodu, please welcome candidates for graduation from the College of Arts and Sciences. Ladies and gentlemen, under the leadership of Interim Dean Robert Godby, please welcome candidates for graduation from the College of Business. under the leadership of Dean Scott Thomas, would you please welcome candidates for graduation from the College of Education. Ladies and gentlemen, under the leadership of Acting Dean Cameron H.G. Wright, please welcome candidates for graduation from the College of Engineering and Applied Science. And finally, under the leadership of Dean David Jones, please welcome candidates for graduation from the College of Health Sciences. Ladies and gentlemen, under the leadership of Provost Kevin Carman, the university faculty are led by faculty marshals Chip Koldenicki, professor of physics and astronomy. Under the leadership of President Edward Seidel, the stage party is led by Honorary Marshals Dr. Dennis Kuhn, Professor of Mechanical Engineering, along with Dr. Peter Stahl, Professor of Soil Science and Ecology, in recognition of their distinguished service to the university. The University Mace, which is carried in by Dr. Dennis Kuhn and will be carried out by Dr. Peter Stahl, is a symbol of presidential leadership and authority. It is crowned with a cap of flames, signifying knowledge and enlightenment. Welcome once again. Great afternoon for this graduate ceremony. President Seidel, members of the Board of Trustees, distinguished guests, administrative leadership, members of the faculty, graduates, family, and friends. The 2022 University of Wyoming Spring Commencement Ceremony will now be in order. Ladies and gentlemen, if you'd please rise for the presentation of the colors by the University of Wyoming Army ROTC and the playing of our national anthem by the University of Wyoming Brass Quintet. You may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome today's Master of Ceremonies, Vice Provost for Graduate Education, Jim Ahern.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the University of Wyoming 2022 Spring Commencement Ceremony. We are so pleased that you could be with us. And thank you to the University of Wyoming Brass Quintet under the direction of David Wharton for beginning our celebration this afternoon with such beautiful processional music. This celebration is a culmination of several years of hard work and performance by our students. Educating students at the undergraduate and graduate levels is at the core of our mission as a land-grant and flagship university. We prepare tomorrow's leaders, and today we launch a very strong cohort of graduates who have a bright future. Congratulations, graduates. We are proud of you and wish you all the success in the world. I would like to welcome to the stage Dr. Kevin Carman, Provost and Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs, to introduce our honorary marshals.
Thank you, Dr. Ahern. At this time, I would like to thank our honorary marshals who were introduced to you earlier. First, I'd like to say good afternoon to all of you graduates, families, trustees, faculty, staff, and guests. As provost, I'm honored to have the opportunity to reflect on the role that our faculty play in our world. I'd like to recognize our honorary marshals, campus leaders whose daily work inspires all of us to move this institution toward greater excellence. Leading the stage party today and carrying our university mace, honorary marshals are customarily senior faculty with exceptional careers named in recognition of their distinguished service to the University of Wyoming. They've devoted their professional lives and extraordinary talents to the advancement of their disciplines and to their students' intellectual growth, and I'm honored to introduce them today. First, Dr. Dennis Kuhn, PhD, Professor of Mechanical Engineering. Dr. Kuhn joined the UW Mechanical Engineering faculty in 1988. His scholarly interests are the selection and performance of high-temperature materials and advanced engineering applications. He worked for the Idaho National Laboratory developing materials for high-temperature engines before joining UW. At UW, Kuhn has worked on applications of ceramics, metals, polymers, and composites. He has served in academic administration roles as an accreditation coordinator in mechanical engineering and as coordinator of the Mechanical Engineering undergraduate degree program. He also served as interim head of the Department of Chemical Engineering and interim department head of Petroleum Engineering. Since 2016, he has served as the College of Engineering and Applied Sciences H.T. Person Professor to promote excellence in engineering education. His goal has always been to help students achieve their full potential as they launch exciting engineering careers. He credits his success at UW to a wonderful group of highly talented colleagues and will miss the energy and enthusiasm of the engineering students. Next, I'm pleased to recognize Dr. Peter Stahl, Professor of Soil Science and Ecology. Peter Stahl is an ecologist and soil scientist appointed to the Department of Ecosystem Science and Management at the University of Wyoming, and he took that appointment in 2000 after completing a postdoctoral fellowship at the U.S. National Science Foundation Center for Microbial Ecology at Michigan State University. Dr. Stahl has been teaching classes, conducting research, and contributing to the fields of soil ecology and ecosystem restoration since 1980. He has published in excess of 100 peer-reviewed scientific articles in soil and ecosystem recovery on disturbed lands. And he has generated over $7 million in research funding. Dr. Stahl has been the director of the Wyoming Reclamation and Restoration Center since 2009, was president of the American Society for Mining and Reclamation in 2017, and is a former president of the Western Soil Science Society of America. He has given presentations before Congress and the National Academy of Sciences and has received the University of Wyoming Internationalization Award. These outstanding faculty have demonstrated a commitment to the university and to our students that extends well beyond the classroom and scholarly activities. Thank you for all that you do and continue to do to serve our great university. Honorary faculty marshals, please stand and let us recognize you. Jim Ahern will now continue with some special introductions.
I am pleased to have John McKinley of Cheyenne, Wyoming, the chair of the UW Board of Trustees, Jeff Marsh of Torrington, Wyoming, former chairman, Kermit Brown of Laramie, vice chairman of the board, as well as trustees Dave True of Casper, Wyoming, David Fall of Gillette, Wyoming, and Brad Bonner of Cody, Wyoming, all here with us today. I would also like to recognize the other members of the Board of Trustees and thank them for their exemplary leadership. Other members of the Board of Trustees include Michelle Sullivan, Treasurer of the Board, Sheridan, Wyoming, Laura Schmid-Pizzato, Secretary of the Board, Rock Springs, and the rest of the board membership, Elizabeth Greenwood, Pinedale, Wyoming, Brad LaCroix, Newcastle, Wyoming, Carol Linton, Jackson, Wyoming, Macy Moore, Douglas, Wyoming. It is now my pleasure to recognize those in the stage party who will not be introduced later in the program. I ask that they stand for introduction and that you hold your applause until all have been introduced. Vice Provost for Undergraduate Education, Dr. Stephen Barrett. And today's name readers, Ann Alexander, Vice Provost for Strategic Planning and Initiatives, and Mandy Gifford, Chief of Staff to the Provost. The UW Faculty Brass Quintet, led by David Wharton, and finally, the announcer for this morning's ceremony from Wyoming Public Media, Patrick Gabriel. Please join me in giving them a round of applause. I would also like to thank our faculty for the excellent education they have provided our students. Faculty, would you please stand so that we can thank you for the integral role you've played in these graduates' lives? All right, thank you, faculty. Finally, I would like to give special recognition to the families, friends, and loved ones of today's graduates who have provided support and encouragement in so many ways. Graduates, would you stand up, look around, and find your loved ones? And please join me in giving them a round of applause for all of their support. It's now my great pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker. Please join me in welcoming to the podium our very own President of the University, Dr. Edward Seidel.
Thank you, Jim, for the kind introduction. And what a great day this is for all of you and for all of us, I must say. I'm so happy to be here to celebrate this milestone with you. So let me remind myself of an old rule for commencement addresses. They need to be sentimental to please families. They need to be intellectual to please the faculty. And they should be short to please the students. So I'm going to try to go with the last, but once a professor gets talking, it's not that easy to stop. So off to the great unknown. At least perhaps some of you know where you're going, but some still don't know where you're going, and that's okay. Either way, I think one thing is very clear. You're heading somewhere very, very quickly. Indeed, like the universe, we are expanding ever more rapidly into unknown territory. And that's my first point. The rate of change of our world is astounding. Now, you know this, but let me try to put it in context. So rewind a couple thousand years. On a small Greek island, an early computer with gears that was invented around 150 BC was designed to speed arithmetic computations for astronomy. It was discovered not so long ago. 2 millennia later, Charles Babbage designed a new mechanical computer only a little faster than was apparently possible 2,000 years back. About a century later, a digital vacuum tube computer named ENIAC was built, thousands of times faster, and it was so large that it actually dimmed the lights of Philadelphia when they turned it on. Within decades, transistors made computers thousands of times smaller and more power efficient. And today, supercomputers have millions of computer cores, each of which is itself an entire computer. So computational power is millions of trillions times faster than the mechanical cogs of the last century. But keeps going, but where? Well, we don't really know. But just a point, timescales were once measured in millennia with very little change, and then a century with factors of thousands in change, then decades, and then just years with factors of millions of change in terms of the power of these machines. Ever more rapid change, ever shorter timescales. So inventor and futurist Ray Kurzweil calculates that machines will exceed the capacity of the human brain by the year 2045. You will still be younger than I am now at that time. And that's an event that he calls the singularity. Now, it's impossible to know if machines will actually surpass human intelligence in our lifetimes. You still have to write the software, and we know that is not easy. But we're heading exponentially faster towards something extraordinary. And in case you're asleep, you can wake up now. The summary of that point is that the singularity is near. Okay, I move to point number 2. My second point, it's very simple. For today's complex problems, it takes a village. Consider our greatest thinkers, that is, the human ones. The greatest computer thinkers are still a little ways away. Galileo invented the telescope and opened a new age of observation. Newton discovered the laws of gravity. Nearly 3 centuries later, Einstein showed us that space and time are not absolute but relative. And just decades later, Stephen Hawking again revolutionizes our worldview. So science itself undergoes increasingly rapid transformations or even revolutions on shorter and shorter timescales. But, and this is really important, so listen up, complex problems require an integration of many areas of expertise. No single Einstein, no Hawking alone has the capacity to know what's needed to understand a supernova or to predict a hurricane or even to make a better diaper. Now, diaper, you may say, am I joking? But diaper research and development, which is known in the industry as fluid flow in porous media, is an incredibly complex problem. Diaper engineers like to simulate them on supercomputers, probably because they don't like to do diaper field tests. But even with today's amazing computer power, they are orders of magnitude away from being able to do this really well. So to develop a better diaper and to bring it to market, one needs a team with so much expertise, a village, including engineers, computer experts, artists, economists, marketing experts. And bringing this all together is what we need to solve the complex problems that we all face today. So yes, we do have brilliant individuals, and computer power may be millions of trillions of times what it was, but we have to integrate knowledge from different areas to address the complex challenges. This is the most important thing that I didn't learn in graduate school, but you are beginning this collaborative process here at UW. So look to your right and look to your left. These people are your future colleagues that you will continue to count on as you go forward. And yet, with this incredible accelerating change, there is another important trend, and dare I say a revolution, that serves to unify all of us. And it's all about data. This is my point number 3. We're awash in data. They deeply link us in new ways, however, and they offer unprecedented opportunities for science, for the arts, the humanities, and society. They are global. They connect us without boundaries. So consider Galileo again. For centuries, we took his telescope and we built bigger and better versions, and mystery after cosmic mystery was revealed. But around the time you all were born, a new kind of telescope, a completely digital telescope, which watched the universe all by itself, night after night, year after year. It didn't collect knowledge, it collected data, and it made it available not just to the astronomer at the eyepiece, but to every astronomer on the internet. And not just every astronomer, but to any person on the internet. This Sloan Digital Sky Survey collected 40 terabytes of data. Now that was an astounding amount at the time. And with music now measured in megabytes, that's tens of millions of songs, perhaps more than have ever been composed. So, a few years from now, a new telescope will take a picture of the universe every 20 seconds with a 3 gigapixel camera. So how many gigapixels does your camera have? It's nowhere near that. Every single image requires 1,500 high-definition TVs to display it. And it takes one of these every 20 seconds. It surveys the universe, the entire universe, every 3 days. It takes a picture, takes a picture, takes a picture, and it starts over again in 3 days. And it will create a movie of the universe, more data each night than Sloan did in an entire decade. Think about that. So these are just examples of how things are rapidly changing. And it's not just astronomy. Think every biologist can sequence the DNA of thousands of species and generate terabytes of data every minute in any lab. Geoscientists instrument the entire planet. Sociologists observe the population's text messages, you name it. We're entering the new age, heroic age of observation that would astound Galileo. So it astounds us, it challenges our notions of research, changing its very culture, which is now much more about the sharing of data. And not long ago, Wired magazine proclaimed on its cover the end of science. And now, science isn't really dead, but science as we know it will never be the same. So it's not just science. Our world will never be the same. The planetary library system, all volumes in the entire planet, in all of our libraries, contain trivial amounts of data compared to what we now generate. The entertainment industry streams data into our homes at astonishing rates. In fact, the US mobile phone system, about a decade ago, had already transmitted an exabyte of data. That's a trillion songs worth of data. So a few years ago, we passed a point of no return. We generate more data each year than in all prior human history combined. So every year, more than ever's been generated in our entire history as a planet. By every measure, the amount is going up, and how much we can keep in our minds is a different story. It's clearly going down and fast. So, wake up. Again, if you're asleep, point number 3, data are growing exponentially and pervade nearly every aspect of our life. So where are we going with all of this? Many new things, almost instant and with global impact. Just a few years before you were born, the development of the web browser brought the internet to life. It was a small project developed by a few students, but it added an estimated trillions of dollars to the world economy. Can you imagine life without the World Wide Web? Just after that, a few other students developed Google. And to whom did we ask questions before that? I can't remember. Soon afterwards, a few other students developed YouTube, which had immediate impact on American elections, and then Twitter, and then ... It just keeps going on. Now, these students came from places like Champaign and Palo Alto, but now they come from Beijing, or Kabul, or Laramie, or Tensleep. They come from everywhere. And around the world, there are billions of individuals that are linked together by video games, from Minecraft to Call of Duty. These gamers share camaraderie, strategy, perhaps the occasional 4-letter word. People that will never meet face-to-face now log in multiple times a week to virtually hang out with their friends from around the world. Think about that. So social networking enables sociologists to map national happiness by analyzing 1 billion tweets. It accelerates revolutions in the Middle East. It spreads information around the globe, misinformation as well. Billions of people linked together by Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, and so on. So, how many of you own a cryptocurrency? See, it's like a bunch of you will own this. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry that's growing by more than 70% per year. Most people older than you have no clue what this is. And it's poised to replace something as fundamental as money. I mean, think about that. And at least to turn the global finance industry on its head. So it goes on faster and faster, and soon you will talk about some amazing thing that we cannot conceive of now that started as a small project developed by just a few computers. I mean kids, but it could be computers soon. So I'm almost finished. A pop quiz before you get your degrees. Okay, you ready? What do black hole physicists, diaper engineers, language scholars, and sociologists, and makers of the Lord of the Rings have in common? They all use the same tool to do their work, namely computers. The answer illustrates something incredibly profound in a rapidly changing world. We're facing a fundamental convergence, actually, that unites us in new ways. For the first time in history, no matter what we do in much of the world, the same tools apply to all aspects of our lives. Scientists, artists, everyone, people, use the tools of their day. Mechanical cogs, paintbrushes, and books now find augmentation by digital computers and data. Hence, I talk about UW becoming more digital. Computers are the common tools that you spent the last few semesters exploring, refining, and applying to your studies. I have no doubt that your work and the efforts here at the University of Wyoming will serve you well as you move on. So where do you fit in all of this? A student recently asked me how long she would have to wait until her professors understood the need for new ways in the digital age. I made a comment about older professors like me fading away. One day soon, I told her, she would be the one to set things right. Now, you already know more of relevance to your new world than the people like me, and the tools of today are already 10 to the 15 times more powerful than when your professors were at your age. And I worked that out. That is incredible. So take advantage of this while you can. As the future pulls away from us ever faster, the gap between you and the next generation will be even greater than it is now. My best advice is to stay engaged at the leading edge, not only of science or technology, but of the arts and humanities, and importantly, of life as best you can. Embrace your future with as much energy as you can muster. A friend of mine recently attended a Kurzweilian conference. I mentioned Kurzweil, who named the singularity is near. And he summed his observations of this conference up in this way. He says, well, the bad news is we're all going to die eventually. But the good news is our kids might not. So maybe that's crazy. But perhaps one thing is for sure, we're going somewhere very fast indeed. We have an exciting future ahead of us. So go out there, give it all you've got, and most of all, enjoy. It's going to be a wild ride. Congrats.
Well, thank you, President Seidel. We really appreciate your remarks. On behalf of the University of Wyoming Alumni Association this morning, Jack Tennant will offer congratulations to our graduates as they transition from students to alumni. Jack is the Executive Director of the University of Wyoming Alumni Association. Please welcome Jack to the podium.
You know, I was going to talk about computational science too, but I think you covered it all, President Seidel. Thank you, Jim, and faculty and the trustees and everyone for allowing the University of Wyoming Alumni Association to be a part of this memorable ceremony. And 2022 graduates, I congratulate you on earning your degree and becoming an alum of the University of Wyoming as well. So I'm Jack Tennant, and I'm the Executive Director of the University of Wyoming Alumni Association. And I'm a 2010 graduate of the University of Wyoming. And believe it or not, I remember sitting in those chairs right there, and I was thinking about what I was going to do after graduation with my family and friends. And the last thing on my mind was what it meant to become an alum of this university. Well, becoming an alum of the university means so many things to different people, but I'll leave you with a couple things here today. The University of Wyoming Alumni Association and all 130,000 graduates will be here for you wherever and whenever you need us. Becoming an alum means that you all because of the hard work that you've put on over the years, will always have a home right here at the University of Wyoming. We couldn't be more proud to welcome you to the alumni family. You may think that there's some special point crossing this stage that you become an alum, but you've actually been working at it over your whole time here at school. All those classes, all those late nights, studying or socializing, all those walks into the wind, always into the wind, across Prexy's pasture. This whole time, you've been getting closer and closer to becoming an alum. The last thing that becoming an alum means is that you will always be a cowboy, and nobody can take that away from you. So if you'd please join me in a little audience participation, I'm gonna pull out my phone here, and I'd like to take a little selfie video of us saying "Go Pokes." So if you would join me on the count of 3 and saying "Go Pokes." 1, 2, 3. Go Pokes! Congratulations.
Thanks, Jack. I encourage you to stay involved with the Alumni Association and stay connected to the University of Wyoming as you begin the next chapter of your lives. You're always welcome back at UW. Now it is my pleasure to invite Dr. Scott Thomas, Dean of the College of Education, to the podium to introduce this afternoon's student speaker.
Thank you, Professor Ahern. I'm pleased to introduce Allison Grendel as our student commencement speaker. Allison is graduating today with a master's degree in higher education. She hails from Newcastle, Wyoming, and before completing her master's degree in higher education, she earned a BA in psychology and worked as an advisor in our campus TRIO Student Success Services office. Allison is a first-generation college student who at every turn has helped other first-generation students navigate the special confusion and challenges that come with being the first in your family to go to college. Allison, I was the first in my family to complete college, and I know about those additional challenges that you and so many others encountered on your journey to today. I salute you and every other first-generation college graduate with us this afternoon. Allison, you represent the best of our excellent college, and it is my honor to now ask you to come forward.
I want to begin by saying thank you. I am honored to have been chosen to speak on behalf of my peers at this year's commencement ceremony. My name is Allison Grendel. My pronouns are she, her. I am a first-generation college student. I am currently unemployed and completely terrified that you'll realize that I have nothing important or inspiring to say. Like many of you, on top of the rigorous coursework required of graduate school, I juggled relationships and family obligations, attempted to have a social life, and truly did my best to just get by these last few years. To be honest, I'm not sure why I was chosen to speak to you today. My nominators would say it's because I have an enthusiasm for learning and give good advice. My previous students would say it's because I truly care about them and their success. And my family would say it's because I'm just so awesome. But who am I to be standing here? 3 years ago, when I was accepted into the Higher Education Administration program, I was working full-time for UW's TRIO Student Success Services program, coaching and advising students who are first in their family to attend college, from limited income backgrounds, and have documented disabilities. I worked alongside these students to help them navigate college in all the ways required: FAFSA applications, class schedules, roommate issues, time management, and personal development. Imposter syndrome is common in higher education, especially for students from historically excluded and underrepresented populations. My goal was to help students feel confident and comfortable, not only in the classroom, but in whatever direction their experiences took them. Imposter syndrome, the feeling of being a fraud, the sense that at any point they'll find out you're not credible and you don't belong here. Maybe you felt this in a new hobby or in a new job, in a situation where you've compared yourself to others. Maybe you felt this in the classroom, in your degree program, or in giving the commencement speech. We all face challenges in our education, in our careers, and in our lives. Often we feel out of place or that we're not best for the job. In working with my students, I have found ways to counter imposter syndrome through belief, support, and celebration. I wholeheartedly believe in my students, both in their academic successes and personal growth. I support them in whatever way possible to help them achieve their goals. Together, we acknowledge their accomplishments and even celebrate failures as lessons. Little did I know that my experience helping students to overcome imposter syndrome would directly relate to my own daily struggles in finding my belonging. I appreciate my graduate program, my professors, and my advisor, Dr. Skoll, for believing in me and providing opportunities to share my personal and professional experience in higher education. I am grateful for the support of my family and friends, students, peers, mentors, who have motivated and inspired me over the last few years. Though I am still learning to acknowledge and celebrate my contributions and success, thank you all for reminding me that I am not an imposter. Our graduate education required us to dig deeper, drive our own learning, and read more pages than we thought was possible. Each of us set out to continue our education with a goal to earn our degree. We believed we could do this, despite the obstacles and challenges we knew we'd face. Over the course of our programs, we gain knowledge and experience that will help us in our futures. Throughout this time, we developed a support system. Our friends and family, peers, mentors, professors, and advisors. These are the people who have guided us through thought-provoking coursework, built us up when we're feeling down, and cheered us on even when they had no idea what we were doing. Let us take a moment to acknowledge them. Thank you all. Thank you for supporting us. In being here today, they have shown us that they are here to acknowledge our accomplishments and success. Let us celebrate this moment together. Commencement not only signals the end, but marks the beginning of something new. As we move forward into whatever comes next, it's likely that we may feel like a fraud. When you are faced with questions about your credibility, I encourage you to remember the three things that defeat imposter syndrome: belief, support, and celebration. Believe in yourself. Reflect on the previous experiences and remember what you have accomplished. Embrace the feeling and realize that you are exactly where you are meant to be. Share your knowledge and experience. Believe that your input is needed for innovation. Lean on your support system. When you are faced with a challenge, turn to those who have guided you thus far. Let their voices speak louder than that of your doubts. Remember that they are there to help you recognize your worth. Celebrate your successes and your failures. Success highlights our accomplishments, and failure creates room for development. Each experience is a valuable lesson. Find a way to rejoice in the process of learning and growing. The next time you are searching for your belonging, I hope that instead of doubting yourself, you will focus on your self-belief, rely on your support system, and make celebration a habit. And that you remember today as the great accomplishment that it is. Who are you not to be standing here? Congratulations, graduates. Thank you.
Thank you, Allison, for your reflection on your time at the University of Wyoming, and congratulations again on being chosen to be our student speaker. I would now like to invite the Chair of Faculty Senate, Professor Adrienne Freng, to the podium to present the candidates for degrees.
Good afternoon, and congratulations to you all. Getting an advanced degree is a major accomplishment. And so today, as Chair of Faculty Senate, and on behalf of the faculty of the University of Wyoming, we just want to extend our wholehearted congratulations to you all. You did it. All that hard work and sacrifice has finally paid off. Often graduation is a bit bittersweet for faculty. Some of you will stick around and continue your education here for a little while longer. But many of you will go out into your communities, and we will have to say goodbye to a lot of individuals that we have gotten to know and spent a lot of time with over the course of your degree in our classes, as our TAs in our classes or in our departments or in our research labs. Your contributions have been a lot. However, we also get to, as our speaker just indicated, we get to also share in the celebration of this major accomplishment and all that it took to get here. So once again, on behalf of the faculty, congratulations, everyone. It was a long road for some of you, and so just want to extend our wholehearted congratulations to you all. President Seidel, the students listed in the commencement program and gathered here for this ceremony today are eligible to receive either master's degrees or doctoral degrees upon satisfactory completion of the degree requirements. On behalf of the faculty at the University of Wyoming, I am proud to present these candidates to you for the conferring of these degrees in the respected fields of study.
Thank you, Dr. Freng, for presenting the spring class of 2022 on behalf of the university faculty. With that, I would like to request that our graduates present themselves on stage for recognition by college or school. We begin with the College of Agriculture and Natural Resources.
President Seidel and trustees, as the Dean of the College of Agriculture and Natural Resources, it is my privilege to ask the degree candidates from the college to make their way to the stage for recognition.
From the Department of Animal and Veterinary Science, doctoral candidate Ryan Knuth. Doctoral candidate Cody Broughton. Presenting our master's candidates, Colby Hales. Alexis McGuire. Harneil Carr. Catherine Agster. Shannon Davey. Madison Schultz. From the Department of Agriculture and Applied Economics, Tori Anderson. Megan Smith. Bree Thompson. Mark Mangini. From the Department of Molecular Biology, doctoral candidate Kalpana Subedi. From the Department of Plant Sciences, doctoral candidate Jody Kroos. Doctoral candidate Michael Baidu. Presenting our master's candidates, Tyler Jones. J.C. Arndt. Amanda Koch. From the program in ecology, doctoral candidate Megan Wilson.
President Seidel and trustees, as the Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, it is my privilege to ask the degree candidates from the college to make their way to the stage for recognition.
From the Department of Anthropology, doctoral candidate Phineas Kelly. Our master's candidates, Christy Wildcat. Shira Hayes. From the Anthropology Department, Molly Heron. From the Botany Department, doctoral candidate Alice Steers. Doctoral candidate Macy Ricketts. Presenting our master's candidates, Haley Mount. From the Department of Botany, master's candidate, Sienna Wessel. Doctoral candidate, Daniel Harris. Doctoral candidate, Samantha Harris. Doctoral candidate, Zachary Hecht. Doctoral candidate, Yuki Shi. From the Department of Communication and Journalism, master's candidates, Joel Funk. Emma Cannell. Brent Lamb. Adlin Jumaluddin. Taryn Bradley. Brooke Darden. Communication and Journalism Department, Kinsey Hine. From the Department of Geology and Geophysics, doctoral candidate Christopher Dorn. Doctoral candidate Iona Christina Stefanescu. Our master's candidates, Tessa Ray Cousins. Heath Guile Haggerty. From the Department of Geology and Geophysics, Amanda Rossi. Lee Karen LeBay. Andrew Meyer. Nicole Foss. Dalal Bima. Solana Ray Christoph. Mary Kate Gorman. From the Department of History and American Studies, Amy Allen. Eric Bennett. Elizabeth Foss. Randy Spray. Nathan Vaughn. Emmeline Velasquez. Nathaniel Tessing. Rowan Agatam. From the Department of History and American Studies, Ambria Meadows Fernandez. From the Department of Mathematics and Statistics, Nathan Agard. Hannah Guthrie. Hayden Castens. From the Department of Modern and Classical Languages, Mason Magana. Josie Fusner. Karina Rodriguez Triana. Mamie Sullivan. From the Music Department, Rachel Lawson. Sarah Ravens. Deontay George. Jackson Chitwood. Saúl Fuego. Brittany Elizabeth Kubiak. From the Department of Physics and Astronomy, doctoral candidate Andrea Schwartz. From the School of Politics, Public Affairs, and International Studies, Janae Jennings. Skylar Chambers. Mina Moscatelli. John Houghton. Christy Carter. Jennifer Zerba. Matthew Crandall. Katie Lester. Katie Lester. Marissa Carpio. Elizabeth Cardenas. Christia Martins. Jeffrey Jensen. From the Department of Psychology, doctoral candidate Alexandra Bitter. Doctoral candidate Angeline Botera. From the Psychology Department, master's candidates Brittany Cangelosi, Master of Fine Arts, Rodrigo Duran. John McCamus. Sarah Merrill. Gregory Ronco. From the Department of Zoology and Physiology, Christina Harkins, doctoral candidate. Master's candidate Madison Crawford. Mehmet Al-Dirham. Trent Bronnenberg.
President Seidel and trustees, as the Dean of the College of Business, it's my honor and privilege to welcome to the stage the graduates of the college. Please make your way to the stage to be recognized.
From the Department of Management and Marketing, doctoral candidate Amanda Garrison. From the Department of Accounting and Finance, master's candidates Jacob Schaefer, Kayla Neelan, Stephanie Allred, Michael Choma, Tabassum Mustari. From the Department of Economics, master's candidates Daniel Hintz, from the Department of Master of Business Administration, Miranda Treble, Misty Canaday, Kristen Lewis, Stephanie Stark, Kendra Price, Andrew McCowan, Jessica Andrews, Casey Phillips, Jonathan Dalby, Hayden Power, Jennifer Rasp Vaughn, Suzanne Norris, Eric Fegley, Tomas Jejis. Melissa Ray Marchetti. Randy Anderson. Barbara Horton. Robert Gallardo. Sinjun Rush. Riata Beck. Elijah True. Christine Fink. Mariah Spearman. Matthew Christofferson. Nils Anderson. Justin Kostelecki. Riley Quigley. Madison Wilhelm. Isaac Campbell. Eric Ellison. Haley McDermott. Story Roberts.
President Seidel. President Seidel.
You just come over to this one.
We are adaptable in education. President Seidel and trustees, as Dean of the College of Education, it is my distinct privilege to ask the degree candidates for the college to make their way to the stage for recognition.
From the School of Counseling, Leadership, Advocacy, and Design, doctoral candidate Jason Moss. Doctoral candidate Nicole Paxton. Doctoral candidate Syrian Villavicencio. Doctoral candidate Janet Labita. Doctoral candidate Rachel Coman. Doctoral candidate Shannon Escom. Doctoral candidate Troy Archuleta. Doctoral candidate Adam Burke. Doctoral candidate Rebecca Ann Elderman. Presenting master's candidates, Anne Rendell. Robert Kelly. Elise Verley. Kristen Lanowit. Giselle Molina. Rebecca Moffey. Tyson Gillis. Zachary McInerney. Emily Hyatt. Josiah Hall. Tyson Buffington. Marty Young. Madison Bellis. Jacob Vetter. Tommy Castellon. Caitlin Pori. Ryan Shaney. Molly Moyer. Raquel Clark. Aaron Asher. Caitlin Montgomery. Carrie Peacock. Viveka Eder. Callie Pearson Lemke. Jacob Dahlman. Allison Pearl Grendel. Samantha Warden. Angela Lincoln. Amber Littlejohn. Caitlin Kep. Sarah Lewis. Brenda Hasman. Alexandria Barker. Claudia Vanessa Hernandez Marquez. From the Department of Special Education, master's candidates, Jayla Bulow. Celeste Hayden. Jennifer Spurney. Trevor Montgomery. Bryce Ramsey. Megan Smirud. Haley Hines. Corey Schmecka. Karsten Heiser. From the School of Teacher Education, doctoral candidate Ashley Armstrong. Doctoral candidate Angela Shanky. Presenting master's candidates, Faith Howard. Kylie Lewis. Christopher Strampy. Kaylee McCracken Goodenough. Carly Russell. Emily Linen. Zach Hickson. Derek Osterlund. Wendy Consulliver. Amy Schick. Cassandra Castillo. Daryl Ann Aragon. Alexandra Martin. Matthew Bisk. Elizabeth Graves. Gabriella Thomas.
President Seidel and trustees, as the Dean of the College of Engineering and Applied Science, it is my distinct honor and privilege to ask the degree candidates from their college to come forward for recognition. Congratulations.
From the Department of Atmospheric Sciences, doctoral candidate Shretna Gimire. Doctoral candidate Yin-Ji Shen. Doctoral candidate Ethan Collins. Master's candidates Kevin Schaefer. From the Department of Civil and Architectural Engineering, doctoral candidate Irfan Ahmed. Doctoral candidate Nasim Khan. Doctoral candidate Anik Das. Doctoral candidate Mutasem Al-Zubaidi. Doctoral candidate Zarika Zvirovic. And master's candidates Lakendra Khatri, Adarsha Nupani, Kim Lau, Sarah Bridges, John Higgins, Lucas Housel. From the Department of Chemical Engineering, doctoral candidate Suhao Kao. Doctoral candidate Eric Smith. Master's candidates Jordi Sarmas Farfan, Jet Liu, Joshua Tapera. From the Department of Computer Science, Sujan Dakal. Finley McElwain. From the Department of Electrical and Computer Science, doctoral candidate Sanjay Husar. Master's candidates Dilip Pandit, Vikranta Adhikari, Zephaniah Connell. From the Department of Mechanical Engineering, doctoral candidate Marlon Holmes. Doctoral candidate Luke McLaughlin. Doctoral candidate Mitchell Anderson. Master's candidates Jennifer Hankins, Adrian James, John Tharp. From the Department of Petroleum Engineering, doctoral candidate Kastub Ran. Doctoral candidate Dayo Akinpinde. And master's candidate Jean Yasu.
President Seidel and trustees, as Dean of the College of Health Sciences, it is my distinct privilege to ask that our degree candidates from the college make their way to the stage for recognition.
From the Division of Communication Disorders, Speech Language Pathology, McKenna Meyer. Josie Givens. Sienna Rossi. Libby Heimbaugh. Haley Lambrecht. Josephine Cox. Caitlin Taylor. Regina Romanenko. Emily Pappas. Annalisa Harold. Abby Brunsky. Tanner McKay. Ashley Connor. Delaney McCauley. Bailey Murray. From the Division of Kinesiology and Health, Physical Education Teaching, Charlie Flutie. Joshua Kumitchell. Nicholas Marcello. From the Division of Social Work, Trevor Warren. Victoria Kendall. Mackenzie Hall. Jamie Smirtelny. Jesse Lucas. Shaylee Stone. Casey Holloway. Anastasia Corley. Jason Lovell. Clinton Salyards. Michaela Geringer. Eva Carroll. Jamie Vargas. Alexa Becerra. Santo Domingo Sompanowith. Keenan Foy. Taylor Stenerson. Micah Sneed. Julia Cathy. Ariel Benath. Josh Wells. From the School of Nursing, doctoral candidate Amanda Hurst. Doctoral candidate Rebecca Tharp. Doctoral candidate Kyla Franklin. Doctoral candidate Brittany Cox. Doctoral candidate Kayla Knudsen. Doctoral candidate Caitlin Griffin. Doctoral candidate Brianne Siebert. Doctoral candidate Sonia Klein. Doctoral candidate Eric Gillis. Doctoral candidate Molly Adamai. Doctoral candidate Maddie Johnson. Doctoral candidate Megan Bryant. Doctoral candidate Madonna Reese. Doctoral candidate Laricel DeAndre. Doctoral candidate Rebecca Lair. From the School of Pharmacy, doctoral candidate Usman Jan Gupar. Doctoral candidate Beth Ann Withrow. Doctoral candidate Clayton Potter. Doctoral candidate James Nags. Doctoral candidate Kayla Turner. Doctoral candidate Elizabeth Jimenez. Jessica Elizabeth Jimenez. Doctoral candidate Kirsten Underwood. Doctoral candidate Rachel Williams. Doctoral candidate Jada Jensen. Doctoral candidate Ellie Roan. Doctoral candidate Kendall Fleer. Doctoral candidate Marcella Gramko-Vistruk. Doctoral candidate Callie Notman. Doctoral candidate Lauren Hinckley. Doctoral candidate Dana Hanks. Doctoral candidate James Graber. Doctoral candidate Colton Johnson. Doctoral candidate Macy Jiang. Doctoral candidate Tyler Richards. Doctoral candidate Emma Casperson. Doctoral candidate Mariah Smith. Doctoral candidate Mercedes Grove. Doctoral candidate Adam Osman. Doctoral candidate Melissa Hong. Doctoral candidate Sahil Rafi. Doctoral candidate Carrie Monroe. Doctoral candidate Fraser Morales. Doctoral candidate Mara Madsen. Doctoral candidate Sonia Legursky. Doctoral candidate Christina Saharas. Doctoral candidate Jennifer Fung. Doctoral candidate Lori Demillard. Doctoral candidate Lakin Mitchell. Doctoral candidate Aislinn O'Kane. Doctoral candidate Colby Lim. Doctoral candidate Bradley Bifano. Doctoral candidate Jaden McKay. Doctoral candidate Brandon Jamelli. Doctoral candidate Jeremy Schick. Doctoral candidate Aaron Lawson. Doctoral candidate Roger Wynn. Doctoral candidate Alishka Laboy Rivera. Doctoral candidate Rodney Young. From the Health Services Administration Program. Master's candidate Meredith Naus. Crystal Morse. Jennifer Stewart. Savannah Merritt. Rebecca Morin. Emily Hill. Gavin Rush, last but not least.
Woohoo, all right. I am pleased to now invite Board of Trustees Chair John McKinley to the podium to offer remarks and authorize the conferral of degrees.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees, we welcome everyone here this afternoon. And on behalf of the Board of Trustees of the University of Wyoming, congratulations to all of the graduates. Under the laws of the state of Wyoming, as chairman of the University of Wyoming Board of Trustees, I hereby delegate to President Edward Seidel of the University of Wyoming the authority to confer degrees at this commencement ceremony. Congratulations.
Thank you, Chair McKinley. Graduates, we have now come to that essential moment in the ceremony. Please stand. By virtue of the authority delegated to me by the University of Wyoming Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon each of you the degree of your chosen field of study upon satisfactory completion of degree requirements with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations. Well, you all beat me to it, but let's give them another round of applause. So thank you so much for being with us on this really exciting, wonderful day. Thank you.
That's it. We're done. Congratulations. Just a couple of words here we're asking you to remain at your seat while the faculty party exits. Then after the recessional, we ask that you not gather on the floor as we're getting ready for our next commencement ceremony. You can exit to the concourse, over here to the tunnel, whatever meets your fancy. But once again, we congratulate all of you. The University of Wyoming 2022 Spring Commencement Ceremony is now adjourned. Congratulations.